Sausage.
Hello everyone, this is Attack the Backlog, the podcast where I, Marc, tries to make a dent in their backlog one game at a time. This episode is all about Octodad Dadliest Catch, the game where you play as an octopus who marries a human woman with two human children who are never explained and has a penchant for making a mess wherever he goes. Octodad originally came out on January 30th, 2014 for PC and eventually made his way to everything else over the course of the next 3 years, from PlayStation 4 to Xbox One to iOS and Android and even the Vita and Wii U before ending his career on the Switch so he could retire and spend more time with his family. This one was a surprise. I remember playing Octodad years ago for maybe 15 minutes, if even that, and not being a fan. I thought, why would anyone want to play a game that controls like shit? Are the lulls enough for people these days? Bing bong, poggers, no cap. I'm in full Twitch mode, baby. Fast forward years into the future, and now I've come around on Octodad. It's not just that I had an okay time with the game, but I had a great time playing it. This was actually one of the first games I streamed from start to finish, and I'm getting around to the script reading and all this jazz way later down the line. It was also the first game I decided to stream. God damn it. I literally go off script to say something that is the next sentence. Mother effer. Which was fun, streaming to my audience of none. There was nobody watching back then, and there aren't that many now, but there were nobody there. Seriously though, I had a really good time streaming it, and if you want, you can watch the entire playthrough on YouTube if you're... No, you can't. You can't do any of that. That playthrough is gone forever. What makes Octodad so great is not that it actually controls well, it still controls like butt. You move Octodad's arm with the left analog stick, raise it and lower it with the right analog stick, and use the triggers to raise and lower each respective leg. But it is so forgiving, you'll never find yourself in a situation where you have to keep doing the same thing over and over again thanks to some fail state that requires pinpoint accuracy. Octodad understands that it is ridiculous and controls like pee-pee, so it doesn't add to the stress of its controls by forcing you to be perfectly precise with your actions, and instead says, hey, are you in roughly the right position? No worries then, that's good enough for us. Does your daughter want some chocolate milk? If yes, spoilers, the answer is most definitely yes, because who doesn't like chocolate milk? If you were listening to this right now and you don't like chocolate milk, get out of here. Go away. You're bad. You're a bad person. But all you have to do, if your daughter, say, wants some chocolate milk, is get that milk carton in the general area of her glass and the game will do the rest. This is the entirety of the game. As long as you get in the general area of where you need to be or what you have to do, the game will give you its hand and help you the rest of the way. The number of times I saw a task or a destination I needed to reach and thought, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that, is in the double digits. But time and time again, the game would surprise me with how forgiving it is. It's not looking to frustrate you, it just wants you to have a good time and enjoy the inherent silliness that is trying to control an octopus who is trying to blend in with human society. And the thing is, while I never fully clicked with the urine controls, I did get into Zen states every now and again where everything came together and I was suddenly Neo from the Matrix and in full control of my body. It makes me think there are probably those out there who've mastered Octodad and make it look more natural than Robert Redford getting shot for being too good at baseball. There are fail states since you are trying to keep your true identity a secret, but I never managed to reach one despite making one hell of a mess everywhere I went. You have a little bar on the bottom of the screen above your current objective, and if it fills up, you are no longer the master of disguise, but on the menu for dinner tonight. Yum, 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 yum. Does octopus actually taste good? I don't know. I've never had it, but I would be willing to try, except if it was this octopus. I like this one, Octodad. Good guy. He's a good guy and a good daddy. I'm sure. Did you like hearing me say daddy? Daddy? I'm sure it's possible to fail through regular play, but I feel like you have to be trying to fail in order to succeed at failing. Just like with its mechanics, Octodad is incredibly forgiving and just wants you to have a good time. Have you heard me say that a few times already? That's because that's all this game is about. Having a good time. Also, I just realized there is a difficulty setting, so if you do want to make it harder or find the normal difficulty too challenging, there are options there for you, though it only affects how easy or hard it is for people to realize you're an octopus. It won't make the controls any simpler if that's where your problems lie. But I digress. The story is short and sweet, and the theme song is delightful. The whole game is delightful. Sure, the fixed camera can be annoying at times, but it never got in the way of my enjoyment of the game. If you're hesitant about these physics-based, meme-making, poo-poo pee-pee controlling games, take a chance on Octodad, and I'll bet you might have a surprisingly good time with the game. Anyway, that will do it for this here episode of the Pixelated Sausage Podcast, which this is not called. This is called Attack the Backlog. I'm out of my friggin' mind. But that is it. That is all. Once again, I am Marc, and as y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PXSausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like Octodad, because you sure as shit will never be able to see the archives of the full playthroughs, because I'm not doing that anymore or ever, you could do that over at twitch.tv/PXSausage. If you'd like to see the videos I make, like the one for this here episode of Attack the Backlog, you can do that over at youtube.com/pixelatedsausage. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, put a dot and a com after that, and what do you got? You got pixelatedsausage.com. And what is that? That is my site. And what does that site have? This podcast. And that one I said earlier when I thought this was something else, the Pixelated Sausage Podcast, both of which are available on podcast services across the globe. You can also check out the art I make on the site, and if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/PXS and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.